Welcome to the Sensual Feminine Life podcast. I am your host, Jen Bagaiski, where I will take you on a deep dive into your own life so that hidden, hurting parts of your soul can be healed. This is a podcast about love, sex, pleasure, and relationships. You will learn how to feel safe, to truly love and connect with your body. Surrender to the desires and hungers of your soul and step into the beautiful, sensual, feminine, sexy, and powerful woman you were created to be. I believe deeply in my soul that sexuality is the missing key in personal growth and development. It is time to toss away all of the nonsense you have been taught about these taboo topics and heal your relationship to your sexuality. You can eliminate shame and guilt, own your sexy confidence, feel incredible in your skin, embrace the depths of exquisite pleasure, and have the deeply connected relationships you truly desire. Grab your cozy socks, pour yourself a glass of wine, get comfy, and let's get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next episode of the Sensual Feminine Life podcast. And today I want to talk about the power of words and how they help you show up as who you are being. So many of you know that for the past almost a decade, I have been doing what I call a word of the month or every month of the year. And it is an intuitive reading. And I love doing this work because it allows me to focus on how I am choosing to be, right? I want to go back to that whole point of the power of words and how we're choosing to be. So let me back this up for a minute. So many of you at this point in your life are probably reflecting on 2022, thinking about 2023, and what are the goals and dreams that you have for the year? Whether it's for your business and you're creating a new strategic plan, you have a life coach, right? You want to make some changes in your life. You want to make some changes in your health, whether it is eating better, drinking more water, losing weight, stretching, toning, you name it, right? There's so many different goals we can have in our life. And we hire people to help us to come up with a strategy and a plan, because we all know that when you write your goals down, you are 90% more possible going to achieve those goals than if you did not write them down. So you not only think about them, you write them down, you share them with your friends. And what I have been doing for the last decade, I just looked and it was 8 years. So 2023 will be my 9th year of doing this. To where I sit down, and I do this with clients as well too, right? Sit down and help you understand, what is it that you really desire? What are your goals? What are your dreams? In a variety of different aspects in your life. And one of the things that I focus on in those conversations is not just the goal, but it truly is how you want to feel. What is the one word in how you want to feel? And what I find fascinating is in many of the discussions that I have had with people, sometimes they can't think of a word. They can think of what they don't want to feel or how they used to feel, whether it was stressed, lost, confused, alone, right? And And when I can hone in on even the negative word, we can help reframe. Well, how would you like to feel instead? What is the opposite of that? Because sometimes it's hard for us to figure out exactly what it is we want, or we have so many things. That's the other thing. We have so many things that we want to do and accomplish in our life that it's hard to pick just a handful. And what I love about having these conversations with women is we talk about what it is you desire. We talk about the feelings and the words and the way that you want to feel after you've accomplished that desire, right? And we put energy around it. We understand, right? This is how I want to feel. I don't want to just lose weight because I just want to be happier. I shouldn't say I don't like the word happy. Happy is a good word. However, there are more descriptive words that we can use that dive deeper into higher vibrations and levels of happy. And that's what these conversations do. It is helping you to think about other words and ways that you really want to be and show up in your life. So one of the things I absolutely love is I love to say to people, like, it's important for you to have your goals. It's important for you to have your business plan. And at the same time, it's also important to have an intuitive roadmap of how you're going to be and how you're going to feel. Because here's the truth. Everything is energy. You can have business goals out there, but if you are not showing up as the person you need to be in order to meet those goals, you're not going to meet them. Same thing with your health and fitness or life goals. If you are not showing up in being the person that you need to be who lives the life at that level, you're not going to achieve those goals. So I think it's extremely important for us to have a way to gauge and look at who we are being and how we are showing up. And my word for 2022, for the entire year, was acceptance. And what I love about that word is when I know what that word is, it allows me to look at it another way and feel it another way. And every month of the year, I focus on acceptance. But then what I also do is I have a word for each month of the year. And what those words do is they help me to focus on being. So for me, this month, my word is strength. And strength can mean so many things. And that's the beauty of this, because when I am focusing on being strong and strength, right? You can look at that as I am physically being strong, right? I am taking additional time and effort and intention to focus on toning and sculpting and strengthening your body. You can look at it as I have some strong decisions that I need to make. I need to hold true in some of the big, audacious goals and dreams, right? I have the strength to believe. And there's also what I like to refer to as feminine strength. We tend to think about strength as being this this strong, masculine, tough decision, kind of thing. Whereas feminine strength is sometimes even stronger because it can be that surrender, being strong and letting go of the resistance to be and trust in this feminine strength that is going to carry me forward in the next year. And I love being given the opportunity, first of all, to have my words chosen for me at the beginning of each year. That's the beauty of it. What I love to do is to look at my words in quarters, so that I am already manifesting like the next few months, right? Before they've even happened. Because I know, right? I had October was peace, November was delight, and December was strength, right? I was already manifesting these things in earlier months. And the other thing that I think is absolutely really cool and fabulous is it is so easy for me to go back and do reflections when I think about my word of the month. Because there are key things that happen for me, and I've seen this happen with clients as well too. Key things that happen that it's easy to remember. Like I actually have 8 years worth of spreadsheet and notes from each and every month of the year for the last 8 years. I actually could write a book on all of the specific things and experiences and stories that are there that help to tell the story of how these things unfolded. And what's really cool is I will be writing another book. Many of you guys know that I already have a 6-book series that I have launched this year. I have launched The Good Girl, The Inquisitive, and The Goddess. And next year, I will be launching The Bombshell, The Vixen, and The Queen. So stay tuned to hear more about all of those amazing books and the wonderful nuggets of wisdom within each one of them. But I also have a goal and vision to publish more of a personal memoir, which is all about unlocking love and unlocking the depths of who we are. And many of the stories that are going to go into this memoir and this book are going to be easy to identify because I have created this library, as you would call it, of stories for myself over the past 8 years. Now, here's the interesting truth, right? I didn't initially do this with the intention of writing a book. I did it because it brought me pleasure. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I did it every year. Some people looked at me like I was nuts, and I was like, that's okay. I don't care. And others are like, Jen, this is your sweet spot. You need to make sure that you include this in your offerings because it is so powerful. And those of you who have experienced this, you know how powerful it is. If you believe in it, it will work. If you don't believe in it, it won't. Just like anything out there, right? If you think that this is all woo-woo, crazy, weird stuff, then okay. And if you also think you can do this on your own, you can. You absolutely can pick your words on your own. However, I will tell you, there is power in witnessing and being witnessed. There is power in claiming your desires with someone else. There is power in me asking you questions to help you dive deeper into your desires. So if you are curious to learn more about this, I encourage you to reach out to me and have a conversation, and we can schedule a call. It can be virtual. It can be in person. It doesn't matter. But let me just tell you how extremely powerful this work is. I would not be where I am today without this tool. It's one of the many embodiment tools that I use. You guys hear me talk all the time about pleasure and desire and embodiment tools. This is a way of being in my body. If I think about the word strength, how can I embody strengths? And I am not just embodying strength for one part of my life. The beauty of it is when I show up in strength, I am showing up in that in all aspects of my life, right? If it is in health, life, business, because the way you show up in one area of your life is how you show up in others. So this one tool can be extremely beneficial for you, for your business. What if you thought about, you worked with a business coach, you created your strategy for the year, and at the same time, you also decided to do this intuitive roadmap for the year that allows you to layer on who you are going to be, how you are going to show up, so that you can not only achieve, but exceed the goals that you have for yourself. So, as I mentioned, if you want to learn more about this, please reach out to me. I will share that at some point in the future, I will be creating my own personal card deck. This has been a dream and vision of mine for years. And I have had so many people say, Jen, well, it's not really lucrative. How are you going to make lots of money off of that? Because the decks themselves, I mean, it costs money to actually print them and to, have them available, right? So for me, if anybody has seen any of the work that I do, my books, etc., the visuals is an extremely important part of what I do. So I take pride in having things not just look beautiful, but feel beautiful. Because the whole point is for you to feel the vibration of the card, of the word, as you embrace it. And it is such a powerful thing. So in the upcoming years, please be looking out for, and granted, you will hear all about it, because once that deck is available, I will be screaming through the rooftops, because it has been a desire for such a long time. But until then, I use a deck by Denise Lynn called Soul Coaching, and it is all about what your soul wants you to know. And if you are feeling called, that your soul wants more for you, and you are aligned with the energy of the work that I do, and you want to step into this for yourself, please reach out to me. We can schedule that time for you. I promise you that you will absolutely love the experience that you have had. I have had people come back year after year because they not only like the discussion, but they love being able to have an intuitive framework, right? And again, what I love about it is that it's intuitive. Spirit helps give us the messages that we need. I remember there was one year I did not like my word of the year. It was sanctuary. And I thought, oh man, that's not fun. That's not like believe or passion. But I needed that word. That's the beauty of this, right? When we allow ourselves to listen to spirit, to stop getting in our own way, to stop trying to control and to lead where we think we need to go, right? It is our job to ask for what we want. And it is spirit's job to help guide us to where we want to be. This is a perfect opportunity and practice to be able to allow you to do that. Ask for what you want and let spirit intuitively guide you to let go of the resistance, to begin to go with the flow, to allow yourself to ride the waves of the path that spirit has created for you.
Thank you so much for listening to the Sensual Feminine Life podcast. I'm your host, Jen Begeiske. If you have enjoyed what you heard today, be sure to hit the follow button so you don't miss future episodes. And leave a review to help reach other passionate women like you know they are not alone in this journey to experiencing thriving relationships, exquisite pleasure, and sexy confidence. If you have felt a calling to take this work to a deeper level, this is your sacred invitation to join my free Facebook group, The Sensual Feminine Life, or schedule a heart-to-heart with me to learn more about how you can take this work to the next level and say yes to your pleasure and your desire.